Welcome to Tech Blueprint, a window that lets you know the latest technology news in the world. Modern technology can be said to be confusing. From smartphones to supercomputers, cars to smart homes, all electronic devices cannot do without the support of chips. As the world's largest producer and consumer of electronic products, China has a huge demand for chips. Customs data show that China will import 549.2 billion chips in 2024, up 14.5% year-on-year, and the import amount will reach $385.6 billion, about 2.8 trillion renminbi, up 9.5% year-on-year. The global chip industry will have a market size of about $625 billion in 2024, which means that China imports about 62% of the world's chips, making it a major chip importer. This data also highlights that China's chip situation is still grim. Let's first look at the sources of China's chip imports. According to customs data, the top 10 importing countries and regions in terms of amount are Taiwan Province, South Korea, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Japan, Vietnam, the United States, Singapore, the Philippines, and Ireland. Among them, the amount of chips imported from Taiwan Province reached $139.77 billion, accounting for 36.2%, an increase of 3.7% year-on-year, ranking first. Taiwan has deep technical accumulation and strong production capacity in the field of chip manufacturing. TSMC is the leading enterprise in global chip manufacturing. Many internationally renowned chip design companies rely on TSMC to produce chips, which has caused a large number of chips to flow from Taiwan to mainland China. Following closely is South Korea, with an import amount of $83.93 billion, accounting for 21.7%, an increase of 27.9% year-on-year. South Korea's large import of chips is mainly due to its strong strength in the field of memory chips. Samsung and SK Hynix dominate the memory chip market, such as DRAM memory and NAND flash memory. These memory chips are widely used in various electronic products. China's huge electronic industry's demand for memory chips has led to high imports from South Korea. The United States, a country that occupies half of the chip design field, ranks only 7th in China's chip import ranking, with an import amount of $11.78 billion, accounting for 3%, but the growth rate is as high as 41.9%. Many people will find it strange that the United States has many top chip design companies such as Qualcomm, Intel, Nvidia, and AMD. But why does China import so few chips from the United States? This is mainly because the chip manufacturing capacity of the United States is limited, and most of its chip design companies adopt the commissioned foundry model. TSMC and other foundries have become the main force in chip manufacturing in the United States. Moreover, the manufactured chips are often not shipped back to the United States and then exported to China. For example, the chips manufactured by TSMC for Apple will be directly shipped to Zhengzhou Foxconn for manufacturing iPhones. The same is true for many chips of Qualcomm and AMD. After TSMC is manufactured, they enter mainland China directly from Taiwan, so the import source is counted in Taiwan Province. Malaysia also occupies an important position in the source of China's chip imports. Many chip design factories outsource their chips to TSMC and other foundries, which are then shipped to Malaysia for packaging and testing. After packaging and testing, the chips are directly shipped from Malaysia to China, which leads to a large number of chips imported from Malaysia. From the situation of these import sources, it can be seen that the global supply chain of chips is extremely complex. This global industrial layout is due to the fact that different regions have their own advantages in technology, manpower, cost, etc., which can achieve the optimal allocation of resources. On the other hand, it also makes the chip supply chain have many uncertainties. Once a problem occurs in a certain link, such as geopolitical conflicts, natural disasters, etc., it may have a serious impact on the entire chip supply chain. For China, as a major chip importer, such a complex supply chain brings challenges and opportunities. The challenge is that over-reliance on imported chips will expose China's electronics industry to supply chain security risks. Once the international situation changes and chip supply is blocked, it will have a huge impact on China's electronics industry and even the entire economy. The opportunity lies in the fact that the huge import demand and complex supply chain also provide impetus and direction for the development of China's chip industry. China can increase investment in the entire industry chain, including chip design, manufacturing, packaging and testing, improve independent research and development capabilities, and gradually achieve domestic substitution of chips. In the field of chip design, China has already produced a number of excellent companies, such as Huawei HiSilicon and Unisoc, which have achieved remarkable results in the fields of 5G communication chips and IoT chips. However, compared with the international advanced level, there is still a certain gap, and it is necessary to continue to increase R&D investment and cultivate high-end talents. In terms of chip manufacturing, China is also making continuous efforts. Companies such as SMIC have made certain progress in technological breakthroughs and capacity improvement, but compared with international giants such as TSMC and Samsung, there's still a lot of room for catching up in advanced process technology. This requires joint efforts from the government, enterprises and scientific research institutions to strengthen industry-university research cooperation and overcome key technical difficulties. The field of chip packaging and testing is a link where China has a relatively obvious advantage in the chip industry chain. Companies such as Changjian Technology and Tongfu Microelectronics occupy a certain share of the global packaging and testing market and have strong competitiveness. China can further consolidate and enhance its advantages in the field of packaging and testing, and build a world-class packaging and testing industry cluster. In short, the current situation of China's chip imports reflects the complexity of the global chip supply chain and also rings the alarm bell for the development of China's chip industry. China must unswervingly follow the path of independent innovation, increase support for the chip industry, promote the development of the chip industry from the perspective of the entire industry chain, and gradually reduce dependence on imported chips, so as to occupy a place in the global chip competition and ensure national information security and the sustainable development of the electronics industry. At the same time, China should also actively participate in the cooperation and exchanges of the global chip industry chain and continuously enhance its own strength in international competition and cooperation.